In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up a Hobbits development environment using Visual Studio Code, Conan, and QCreator. This video assumes that you have the Hobbits build prerequisites already installed, or at least most of them. We'll start by cloning the Hobbit source code. Then we'll clone this other project called Hobbits Dev Tools. And basically we're going to use the Visual Studio Code configuration that's included in that in our local Visual Studio Code configuration for Hobbits. So we copy the .VSCode folder from the VSCode Conan Hobbits section of that repository into the root of our Hobbits directory. And then when we open that Hobbits directory in Visual Studio Code, that configuration is going to apply. And that's basically going to give us a few Conan tasks and our debug launcher task. And I think some C++ extension configuration for finding include files. Normally you're going to work on the develop branch, so we check out develop in Visual Studio Code. When you press Control-Shift-P, you get the command palette at the top, and you can go into the tasks and you can see that there's some Conan tasks available to run. If you haven't already, make sure you configure Conan so that it's using the repo where it can get the custom Hobbit CPython that Hobbits uses to build by default. So once you set up that configuration, which should be documented in the README in Hobbits, you can then press Control-Shift-P, run the task again, run the Conan initialize task. And basically what that's going to do is it's going to create your build debug directory, which it's then going to do all the Conan install and CMake build stuff in. And for the first download, it might have to do things like build some packages or download some big packages like Qt, so we'll just fast forward through this. All right, so the Conan initialize task hit an error. We didn't have patch elf installed, so we'll just go do apt install patch elf and then run the task again. Which should go a little bit faster this time because it is, the Conan packages should be cached now. All right, so everything's built now. So we can go to the Run and Debug tab, and we can launch the Debug Hobbits GUI task right from the play button up there. And we can see Hobbits is running, and it's loaded all of the core plugins. Now, if we wanted to set a breakpoint at some point in the Hobbits program, we can just use Visual Studio Code to do that breakpoint setting. And then when we're debugging, it should stop at that breakpoint. All right, so it stopped at the breakpoint. And now if we want to, we can see the variables on the left. We can step through execution. Using the step on the top, step over. And if we want to just resume execution, we can just hit the resume button. And then Hobbits keeps running as normal. All right, so we have Hobbits building and debugging set up, but what if you want to edit the UI files? We don't want to edit the XML directly in a text editor. So there's this dummy Qt project called Hobbits Qt UI Forms. And basically what this is going to do is it's going to let us just edit the UI forms in QCreator using the Qt Designer GUI. So QCreator needs to know which Qt you're using, but we're using a Qt that we installed via Conan. So we need to add that Conan Qt to the Qt kits that are available in QCreator. So we can do that by adding a manual Qt version by locating the QMake in the Conan package. So we found it, we added it. So now we have that manual Qt configured. And then when we manage our default kit, we just have to select that Qt version and then configure the project with it. So now we can see all the UI files in the project, and if we want to edit them, we can just use the drag drop editor functionality instead of needing to edit the XML. So now when we run the project, we can see that that edit we made affected the UI. All right, so now you should be able to build and debug Hobbits from within Visual Studio Code in a pretty seamless way, and then edit the UI forms when necessary in QCreator.